Howdy, howdy, Horizon Church family. Thank you for joining us in our daily devotional series on our favorite teachings of Jesus. Today, I wanted to share with you one of my favorites coming out of Matthew chapter 18, verses 1 through 5, and here's how it reads. At that time, the disciples came to Jesus, saying, "Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" And calling to him a child, he put him in the midst of them and said, "Truly I say to you, unless you turn and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Whoever humbles himself like this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Whoever receives one such child in my name receives me." It is important to note that we get some additional details in Luke chapter 18, verse 17, and Mark chapter 10, verse 14. And we hear about mothers bringing their babies and their children to Jesus to have him lay hands and bless the children. And the disciples are annoyed by this. And Jesus is calling us to pay attention, because unless we turn and be like these children, we're not going to be entering the kingdom of heaven. So what is it that we can pay attention to? In Mark and Luke, we get this kind of aspect of childlike faith, and that's kind of what we're going at today. And what about faith do we need to know? One is that it's impossible to please God without faith. We get that from Hebrews 11:6. In Ephesians 2, 8 through 9, we understand that faith is actually a gift from God. It's not something that we do, it's actually a gift from God. And in the description of the armor of God, we understand that faith is, in fact, a shield that's used to protect against our enemy. Knowing these things about faith, how can we take that knowledge into the story about Jesus with the children to kind of be blessed going into this week? What is it about children and how they carry themselves that we can learn how to approach God? Well, with kids, especially at a young age, they're very humble. They don't really ask for anything, especially at a very young age. All of their needs are taken care of. As they get older, they're teachable and they're open and they're honest. You ask a child, he's going to tell you exactly what he or she are going to tell you exactly what they're thinking. My 2 and 5-year-old, exactly like that. And also with children, there's this incredible joy that they have about how they view the world. What can we learn about that? Children know that their needs are going to be met by their parents. Understanding that may not be the case, but we can have faith and trust that God is going to take care of our needs. And with that, and it's important to me because with that, there's this peace and freedom, knowing that He's in control. And knowing this is like thousands of breath of fresh air, and I hope that this can be a blessing for you going into this week. Love you. Grace and peace.